हाय कैसे हैं आप सब। वेलकम बैक टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल SAS with Vikas and today we are going to discuss about the remaining parts of conditional statement. The conditional statement whatever we deal with till now like if and if then where if and then do whatever the conditional we had discussed in the last lesson. So there are two remaining conditional statement that is the very important for solving this kind of question conditional statement question. So just that is the if missing and if not missing that is first one, and the second one is the if first dot and the last dot. So what is this and how is this going on, like, and why we are using this one? Let's understand each everything by one by one. So we having like suppose we having one scenario in which that we having some data in which that the value of variable are missing in some cases, like in some variable, suppose we have the variable values are missing and the some values are not missing. So what we need to do at that time? So by using this conditional statement we can prepare the data, we can validate the data. This is under the condition of the validating the data to preparing the data. So all we are doing that's why. So here is if missing, like with the help of this if missing, we can fulfill the required variable values at the missing position. So what is this? Let's understand this all thing by using this example. Like in the data exp9, I had created that the variable id and name in which there is id, like it's going sequence with that one 101 that is the missing 1 second, and 103 104 105. Similarly, we having the variable name and having the variable values like the Vikas, Kostovias, and there is missing of that name variable, and again the Neelam. So this is about the creation of the data. So for the once you are creating any data in that one, that is the for the understanding purpose. Like if there is missing, then how you are going to solve that data, how you're going to deal that kind of data. So this is about that thing. So just this is the data creation part. Just run this one and see what the things are happening in that while running that one. So you can see here, if the missing value is there, then we are getting the blank, and if the missing value in the id, we are getting the periodic, that is the dot. So this is also a very important question for the interview. The someone because that is asked is from someone that what happen if you have the missing value in the numeric data types, and what happen if you have a missing value in the character data type. So you have to explain that thing. Like if there is missing value in the numeric data type, then there will be a dot symbol, that is the periodic symbol in SAS. You have to explain that. And in the character data type, if there is missing variable values, then it will be completely blank. So that's first thing you need to remember. The second thing, like what is this if there the variable values are missing, then how we are dealing with this kind of data, how we are going to solve this kind of data. So let's understand this by using this conditional statement, that is the if missing and if not missing. So these are the thing while the creation of data, and how the data types changes or shows in the output data with the numeric data type and the character data type. Now the suppose you have data, many very big data, then you have to check that data, that is there any variable values are missing. So you can also check that thing. You can also check that thing with the use of this if conditional statement, that if missing id, if there is a missing id variable values, then it's just show me that thing only. So for that, let's run this first, then I'll teach you, like I'll explain you all thing, like what is happening. So you can see that if I mention that if missing value of the id variable, then show me that one. So we are getting the result like the missing value of id variable, and the name variable showing is cost. So what we need to do for the creation of this data, again I'm creating this data and it's calling this exp9 data set with the use of set statement, and again using this conditional statement if missing, and in bracket I have to mention that id. So if there is any id variable values are missing, then show me that one. Suppose I fulfill this one like that. If I fulfill this one, like I'm storing the variable values there, right? So what happen if you run that one? First you have to run this, then you can see we are getting the all variable id variable values. So if you have don't have any missing variable id variable value, then you will not get any values. There will no any missing value. That is the thing. So that's why if there is any missing variable values in the id, because I will we are searching about this id variable only, so that's why it's showing the id variable missing value, for which id variable the missing is showing. Now again we are having if not missing id, what are the variable id variable those who have the not missing id. So we by this conditional statement also we can use that one. We are interested for not missing id variable values, so by using this we can see the not missing id variable. Apart from the missing, all are the not missing, so we are getting the not missing id variable value. So this is about the if missing and if not missing conditional statement. By this way, you can see all the thing. But this is not the limit of this conditional statement. That's why you have to practice more and more by creating the question by yourself. Suppose you have to create a scenario, like suppose you have the data set, then you have to do mistake that with the missing of that, and again you have to do the check that one, the what are the value, what are the variable values are missing, what are the variable values not missing. Again you have to use I have to fill that position with this conditional statement. Then how we are going to do? That is also possible. With the conditional statement you have to use that there. If the variable, if the variable id is missing, then just replace that missing value with the 102, like that you can use that one. This is the very important, just for the learning you think. I can teach you with the one or two or three or four example, but there is no any limit of this kind of example. You have to create the scenario based question, and you have to practice on that thing by thinking your manually internal knowledge that thing. So like that I'm just creating this. If variable missing id variable is missing, then id is equal to 102. So what will it will do? It will replace the meeting, sorry, it will replace the missing values of id variable with the 102. So wherever the value of the id variable is missing, it will replace by the 102. So that is also possible. And else, and if you have many more variable missing, so you can also do that thing, like suppose if missing name, then do name is equal to this. Else if missing id, then id is equal to like that. So but within that same, you have the variable two variable here. The name variable also is missing someone, and in the id variable also is missing someone. So you can do this thing in the one single data set also. With the help of this, if missing name, then name is equal to Anup. Else missing ID, then ID is equal to 102. So by this way, you can analyze the thing, you can do practice the thing, you can improve yourself in the conditional statement. So this is about that conditional statement of the if missing and if not missing. So 3 point you need to remember, like how you are going to deal with that data, whatever that missing variable, how in the data types of the numeric one, and how what is value in the character data type. Second one, what happen if you have to check that missing value, and with the if missing, and if you have to check the if not missing value with help if not missing conditional statement. Again, if you have to create the variable, or you have to fill that variable values with the use of this conditional statement, that is also possible with the use of this if and then conditional statement, else if and then conditional statement. So this is about the missing value of and not missing value. Again, one more conditional statement that is very very important while making the SDTM and the all thing. While like once you have to create the project, that thing, in that you need just you must have to use this conditional statement. That's why this is very very important. That's why I separately took this lecture video for this two topic only. And data, again having the data of the first dot and the last dot. So what is the importance of this first dot and last dot? Suppose you are working in any organization. Let's take an example, scenario based example. If you are working in any organization, in any company, So there will like biometry of that present, that present of the kind of person employee. So if you are present in that organization that day, so that day you had a present or not, that is also checked with the help of this first dot and last dot. How many times till the that date you are there, you can also check this by using this. So if you are working in any organization and then that person, company person want to see that that day you were present or not, that is also possible with this first dot and or last dot. And within that day, how many times you have entered in that office or exit from the office, that is also possible with this. Let's understand this all with the help of this example, scenario based example, and understand how to use this first dot and last dot. Suppose we having the data of example data exp2, and within that data I just created this variable id and the visit. So I'm just creating this id of that person, that how many times that person visit in that organization. So I storing the variable id and visit value in the cards, and storing the id of this 101 visited three times in a day. Suppose, let's take example. So the visit 1, visit 2, visit 3 for the id 101. Similarly for the id 102 and 103 visited three times in a organization. Now now we are interested to see like uh, who are the person who had visited at the first in the organization, or those who are present and that company in that date. So that is possible with this of first id, first dot and last dot. So let's understand this like a data exp13, I'm creating that one and calling this exp12 data, and I have to sort this. I have to use that by with the id data, then have to use this if first dot id. Let's run this to understand the clarity. Like suppose you have the data id variable and visit variable. There's three id, that is 101, 102, 103. So that those 101, 102, and 103 id visited in that organization three times, multiple times you can say. So 101 id visited visit 1, visit 2, visit 3. Similarly 102 visited visit 1, visit 2, visit 3. 103 visit 1, visit 2, visit 3. So these are the presence of that person like in the organization. Now we are interested that those who are attend or present on that day. So by this using this conditional statement, if first dot id, what are the id that come first? I want to see at what time they come first. I want to see. So that is all thing is possible with this if first dot id. So that's why I'm using this by categorizing this id variable by sorting this id variable. That's why I'm using this. And after running this, you can see that whatever the variable that visit of that person, whoever visited the first time, we are getting the id. So visit one, visit two, one visit one, all visit first visit of that id we are getting. Suppose if that day someone is missing, so that we can check with that also. And if you are interested for the last, like when that employees goes to that the timing you can say, and how many times they enter. Suppose you are taking an example of the mall also. If the person is coming in that mall and going outside also, so two times, three times in a day, four times in a day they are coming. So by this way we can see that that person is coming three times in it, or then in an entire day in that organization. So that is all possible with this if last dot id. So this is about for just understanding the thing, like if you are interested for that particular condition, if that is the first dot, that is the first dot, that is that person is coming at the first one, and how many times they comes, you can check with the last dot. So once you are dealing with the clinical data, then you have to use this first once the preparation, where once the clinical observation is started, and till last once when the clinical observation till get the last medicine, that one. So all things you need to know by using understanding this data. Just have to note down this data set, and use this data set twice. You have to practice this data set two times. Again, you have to create one another data by analyzing the thing what is happening inside this data set, and I have to do that. We have to create make a question with that again. So this is about that if missing and if not missing, and first dot and last dot. So thank you for today. Thank you so much.